Gunpowder, a substance that has shaped the course of history, is often viewed through the lens of its explosive power and its role in warfare. But to truly understand gunpowder, we must delve into its origins, its development, and the profound impact it has had on society, politics, and technology. The story of gunpowder begins in ancient China, around the 9th century during the Tang dynasty. Alchemists were experimenting with various substances in their quest for immortality, and in their trials, they stumbled upon a mixture that would change the world. This mixture, known as black powder, consisted of 3 primary ingredients: saltpeter, charcoal, and sulfur. Saltpeter, or potassium nitrate, was the key component that allowed for combustion. Charcoal acted as a fuel, while sulfur helped to lower the temperature needed for ignition. The combination of these ingredients created a substance that could burn rapidly and produce gas, leading to explosive reactions. Initially, gunpowder was used for fireworks and signaling devices, but its potential for warfare was quickly recognized. By the 10th century, the Chinese had developed rudimentary weapons that utilized gunpowder, such as fire arrows and bombs. The first recorded use of gunpowder in warfare dates back to the Song dynasty in the 11th century, where it was employed in sieges and battles. The Chinese were not the only ones to recognize the power of gunpowder. It soon spread to the Middle East and Europe, changing the landscape of warfare forever. The introduction of gunpowder to the Islamic world occurred through trade routes, and it was not long before Muslim armies began to incorporate it into their arsenals. The Mongol invasions of the 13th century played a significant role in the dissemination of gunpowder technology. As the Mongols swept through Asia and into Europe, they brought with them not only their horses and tactics, but also their knowledge of gunpowder weaponry. This exchange of knowledge would have lasting effects on military strategy and technology. In Europe, gunpowder made its first significant impact in the 14th century. The 100 Years' War between England and France saw the introduction of cannons, which could breach castle walls that had previously been thought impregnable. The Battle of Crécy in 1346 was one of the first major battles where gunpowder was used effectively. The English longbowmen, supported by cannons, decimated the French forces, demonstrating that gunpowder had changed the dynamics of battlefield strategy. As the use of gunpowder spread, so did the development of new weapons. The hand cannon emerged in the 15th century, evolving into more sophisticated firearms such as arquebuses and muskets. These weapons were not only powerful, but also relatively easy to use, which democratized warfare. No longer did one need to be a knight to wield a weapon. Common soldiers could now take part in battles, altering the social structure of armies and societies. The 16th century marked a turning point in the history of gunpowder. The invention of the matchlock firearm allowed soldiers to fire their weapons more efficiently. This technology paved the way for the development of more advanced firearms, leading to the creation of the flintlock in the 17th century. The flintlock mechanism was a significant improvement, as it allowed for quicker firing and greater reliability. The military revolutions of this period were driven by these advancements, and armies began to adopt standardized training and tactics centered around gunpowder weaponry. Gunpowder did not only influence the battlefield, it also had far-reaching implications for politics and society. The rise of gunpowder empires, such as the Ottoman Empire, the Safavid Empire, and the Mughal Empire, can be attributed to their mastery of gunpowder technology. These empires expanded their territories through military conquests, and their success was often tied to their ability to utilize gunpowder effectively. The centralization of power in these empires was also facilitated by the development of gunpowder artillery, which allowed rulers to project their authority over vast regions. However, the impact of gunpowder was not solely positive. The destructive power of gunpowder led to devastating conflicts and loss of life. The 30 Years' War in the 17th century, one of the deadliest conflicts in European history, showcased the brutal capabilities of gunpowder weapons. The war resulted in millions of deaths, and its consequences reshaped the political landscape of Europe. The Treaty of Westphalia, which ended the war in 1648, established a new order based on state sovereignty, a concept that would dominate international relations for centuries. As we moved into the 18th and 19th centuries, gunpowder continued to evolve. The Industrial Revolution brought about advancements in manufacturing techniques, allowing for the mass production of firearms and artillery. The Napoleonic Wars demonstrated the effectiveness of gunpowder in large-scale conflicts, with armies employing new tactics and formations to maximize the impact of their firepower. The introduction of rifled barrels improved accuracy, while the development of artillery shells increased the lethality of cannons. The American Revolution also highlighted the significance of gunpowder. The colonists, armed with muskets and cannons, fought against the British Empire, showcasing the power of gunpowder in the struggle for independence. The success of the American forces inspired other revolutionary movements around the world, proving that gunpowder could be a tool for liberation as well as oppression. The 19th century saw the introduction of smokeless powder, which replaced traditional gunpowder. This new propellant was more efficient and produced far less smoke, allowing soldiers to see their targets more clearly on the battlefield. The development of automatic weapons, such as the Gatling gun and later the machine gun, transformed warfare once again. The sheer firepower available to soldiers changed the nature of combat, leading to the horrors of World War I. Gunpowder's legacy did not end with the World Wars. The 20th century saw the rise of nuclear weapons, which, while fundamentally different from traditional gunpowder, can be traced back to the same desire for powerful explosives. The Cold War was characterized by an arms race, with nations striving to develop more advanced weaponry, leading to a new era of global tension and conflict. Today, gunpowder is still relevant, though its applications have shifted. While it is still used in firearms, its role has diminished in military strategy as nations invest in more advanced technologies like drones, missiles, and cyber warfare. However, the historical significance of gunpowder cannot be understated. It has shaped the development of modern warfare, influenced political structures, and altered the course of human history. As we reflect on the history of gunpowder, it's crucial to recognize its duality. On one hand, it has been a catalyst for innovation, driving technological advancements and enabling societies to defend themselves. On the other hand, it has been a source of destruction, leading to countless conflicts and suffering. Understanding this complex legacy allows us to appreciate the profound impact gunpowder has had on our world. In conclusion, gunpowder is more than just an explosive. It is a symbol of humanity's ingenuity and our darker impulses. Its story is intertwined with the rise and fall of empires, the struggles for power and independence, and the relentless pursuit of knowledge. As we move forward, we must remember the lessons of the past and strive to harness our technological advancements for the betterment of society, rather than its destruction. The history of gunpowder is a reminder of our capacity for both creation and devastation, and it challenges us to reflect on how we wield the power we have been given.